You're now listening to the Zod and Drea podcast.
Welcome back.
Okay, whatever. Yeah, welcome back, everybody. Now you introduce the show.
Oh, welcome everybody. There we go. How's
To
that? To the Zod and Drea podcast.
Yeah, because I'm the one that always says it every week, and I'm tired. I'm sure they're tired of hearing my voice. I'm always like, "Welcome to the Zod and Drea podcast."
I should change it up like you. Welcome.
Yeah,
Yeah?
you got to be hyped up.
I sound really manly.
You're
welcome.
Like, welcome to the podcast. That Drea and
I'm
Zod
like, I'm here.
And, nah.
Are you guys here? Can anybody hear me?
Anyway, the things that are going on this weekend, if you haven't been following, it's been all in the news. It's been everywhere. Is the Red for Ed.
This has been made national headlines. I am so proud of our teachers here.
Yeah, so all the educators, the staff, the
Yes.
supporting staff, we're talking from bus drivers to counselors, people who don't necessarily have direct contact with the kids every day, but they do have direct contact. These are all people who are underpaid in this state.
The food distributors,
All of them.
even the student counselors, which there's not that many of them
That's
anymore.
what I'm saying. These are people who directly talk to your kids. They're not with them every single day, but these are people who affect them. A lot of times, sometimes more than the parents do.
Oh, come on, they do.
I mean, they're with them that long, and of course, why would you want to fight to be last? So of course they're going to fight to improve situations and improve the school system, improve their own pay. I was seeing some things on on things today, while they were protesting down in the Capitol. I was looking online, and some people who had been in the education system here in Arizona for 13 years with only a $1,000 raise.
Right.
So imagine working at one job for 13 years, and the only raise you got was between that one point and 13 years later is $1,000 from when you
And
started.
you're told you still need more education to even continue on to keep your job. That's a whole other
Like,
conversation.
think about that.
Can't
God,
wait to talk about
Yeah,
it.
we're going to talk about that, and not on this podcast, but we're going to talk about it a little later and hopefully get some interviews from some of the teachers and educators.
What else are we talking about today?
So today, of course, we're going to talk about Avengers Infinity War.
Dun, dun, dun.
Dun, 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 dun. If
I
you
have my
haven't seen it,
arms
it's ridiculous.
in what do you call it? In Superman.
No,
pose.
wrong.
Oh yeah,
wrong.
DC.
I can't believe you messed that up. Like, you out of everyone.
All right, I'm always.
Oh, that was bad.
That was bad.
Anyway, we'll rewind
I'll straighten
that,
it up.
and we're
I'll
not going to
clean it
erase
up.
it.
Oh,
God,
damn, we're
Too
not.
bad. And then, of course, in politics, we're going to talk about Tomorrow We Vote, which is something that we've wanted to talk to you about a while ago, but we couldn't until it was official, and now it is official. But we'll talk about it a little bit later after we talk about
What you want?
But right now, we are going to have to talk about what we just saw. So first, we are going to get the Drea response. So please tell me about Infinity War.
I am not the same person.
What happened?
Infinity Wars messed me up. It was such an emotional drain on me that was awesome, and it was such an adventure at the same time. I called it like a Greek tragedy with really awesome special effects.
It was. Okay. Keep giving me more. Tell me what it was that really messed you up so much. Now, you can't give spoilers, of course.
It's so hard.
But what was it that got to you?
What got to me was, all the storylines together and the background about some of the people in the story that you just had no idea that they had these human traits to them, and you're actually in a way kind of sad for them. I don't want to feel like that. I don't want to be conflicted. I want to have a clear villain, clear heroes, and all of a sudden things were mixed up, and the ending was ridiculously confusing, and my heart was pulled, and I'm just not right. I'm gonna need some therapy, and I'm gonna have to get a hold of Marvel for that.
And it might, talk to the Hulk. Hulk, what do you all right, let's talk back to Drea.
Yeah, let's talk about the Hulk, because not to give any spoilers, but I need to talk about
wrong.
you.
First, you can't talk about it because this is stuff I brought up, so you cannot do that and take up my time.
Oh no!
So no talking
Then
about the
why
Hulk. No talking about the Hulk, because I know you're gonna give away all the stuff that I'm gonna give away and forget about that. So what is it about the Avengers that you loved?
Oh, I love that they brought all the main characters, not all of them, but majority of all the main characters together. And they got to tie in all the stories. I'm talking like the stories from like Captain America, from like early Iron Man all together. How did they plan this? I have no idea, but it all works.
The Russo brothers were dope.
I don't know how they do it.
I don't know how
And
they
it
do
took them, what, 10 years, really, of accumulation of all these individual movies that were all tied together. And, of course, Black Panther came back on, too, so that was great.
Of course. Okay, you know what? Since you did your thing, go back into the Hulk. Hulk, what do you got to say about this?
Smash! Smash!
All right, what's Hulk got to say?
Smash!
All right, so Hulk smash, and he's going to be continued, but now it's going to be the Zod. Now, go smash, Hulk. Hulk is also ready to fight.
He's talking some smack. He doesn't want you to say nothing.
Here we go. Hold up. Hulk is ready for fight. Why? Because in the beginning of the Avengers, we get to see my main man Hulk, which is something that was to be beholden, and it was just incredible to see. But I'm not going to give anything away, because what happened was, if you haven't seen the Avengers Infinity War, you got to understand what happened at the end of Thor Ragnarok. See, at the end of Thor Ragnarok, and I'm going to give a couple of spoilers.
Wait, are you giving a spoiler?
Hey, if you haven't seen this, then too bad. If you haven't seen Thor Ragnarok, this is your bad. You shouldn't have seen Infinity War. So, you can't just go out of order about this. So, of course, they were all into space, and they wound up getting, I guess, all covered up in Thanos' ship. Now, Thanos is the guy who's off after the Infinity Gauntlet Stones, which are the Infinity Stones. In the comic book, it's called Gems, whatever. But he wants to get all of these things, which are the Power Stone, the Mind Stone. I mean, it's everything. Everything that you've been seeing in the, I guess, really for the past 6 years, I almost want to say, since the first Avengers movie, when the Tesseract was... Actually, the Tesseract was introduced in Captain America. So we're going all the way back from 2011, and we're coming down now. So this is how long it's taken to really get all these gems into where Thanos is in. But they continued from Ragnarok to that scene. They started off right there where Thanos is confronting all of the people that he had pretty much gotten off of that ship. So they start right in from the blast. Now, from that point to introducing Captain America, who was not Captain America in this movie, he was Nomad, which is why he gave it up at the end of the Civil War. You get to see so much action, adventure, and everything with almost 3 different storylines, because we got... All right, let's just say there are 2 major characters.
No spoilers.
No spoilers. There are 2 major characters who didn't even get to see each other in this movie. They made it that much different, yet it still fit into one storyline. Now, I believe that individually, as individual characters, the Black Panther movie is the best one. As a Marvel movie and a comic book movie as overall, this is most doubt the best Marvel movie that has been put out so far. I don't care. You can challenge me on that.
Say that one more time.
Challenge me on that. This Infinity War movie is the best one that has come out so far. And it is shocking me all the way to the end, and I'm going to see it about 3 more times. All right? So I want you to try to tell me what you think about it and what your reaction to Infinity War was, and check it out on this podcast, number 107. All right, we're out of here. Get this out of here. All right. Hulk smash. Hulk will always smash, all right? All right, that's enough of that. All right, now he's got to talk the whole time. All right, so let's discuss what we've the second one, which is Tomorrow We Vote.
Ooh. So with Tomorrow We Vote, there's just so much to share about it. So this is pretty much an outreach that is being done then to connect with students in high school to get them registered to vote. Inform them on civic engagement, inform them about their voter rights, because it seems like it changes almost every voting season. So we took it upon our responsibility to inform the upcoming voters on what is going on, and it's nonpartisan, so that this way you empower then those young voters to make the choice for themselves.
Now, see, Tomorrow We Vote is nonpartisan, so even we can't tell anybody what to do, how to vote, how to do anything like that. So if they want to vote Republican, Democrat, Independent, or anything else, they can. And this is what's going to be so important for all of these kids. So we're aiming for juniors and seniors in high school. And this is going to be based only on issues. So we're talking nonpartisan issues such as healthcare,
education,
anything that goes along those lines. Things that are going to impact all of these people. So we're not talking just young people, we're talking older people. Anybody can join the Tomorrow We Vote movement, but we are going to be aiming at registering the students at the high school level. So they will be able. We're going to register them and then just tell them when to vote and try to keep them up to date on what is happening. We're not going to go into anything about a president. We're not going to go into anybody who is running on campaigns. None of that has any concern to do with us or anybody else. They have to look that information up themselves. But we will be discussing about the issues. So tomorrowwevote.org is by Brent Whiting and Andrea Diaz. So just to let you know, this is not a Zod Andrea thing. But it is something that we're going to have the community come together, and we're going to need a lot of teachers, we're going to need a lot of volunteers, we're going to need a lot of people to be able to do this, because the next generation after the millennials are going to be the ones that are going to make a big difference in this country, and we want to make sure that you're all involved.
There are 64 million Gen Zs in the United States. That is a number that is powerful. They have $44 billion worth of purchasing power, and they're the most diverse generation. You can't tell me this group isn't going to make movements within this country, that they are going to make waves and change certain things in place. However that may look like, we don't know, but why not empower them and give them every option possible to make sure that their voices are heard?
And what we're going to do is, if we do this each year, each cycle, it doesn't even matter what election cycle, because that's usually every 2 years regardless, but they're going to have that tool in them. They are going to be that much more empowered, that much more engaged, and have that much more knowledge on the voting process. And hopefully from that point, they will be, the ones who are going to wind up running the country later on. So if they have that enough early on, imagine what kind of changes we can have in this world. I mean, it can go from anything as climate control to just the plastics that are being dumped into the oceans and, ocean cleanup.
Developing new economies.
Solar power versus wind and, some renewable energies. This has nothing to do with being an independent, a Republican, Democrat, conservative, or Republican. This is stuff that's going to affect absolutely 100% of everybody. From gun control to the healthcare situation, everybody's going to have a say.
Immigration.
There are things that's going to affect this set of generation as opposed to ours, or even millennials, or anybody else, or baby boomers, or the silent generation. It keeps going on and on and on. So we want to know, if you want to be involved, then please just visit www.tomorrowwevote.org, and you can also donate there, and you can also buy these incredibly awesome t-shirts.
They are pretty awesome.
Yeah, that are on there. So we want to make sure we see a lot of people with this cool logo on there. So check it out. Just for the logo in itself, you're going to want to be down. But it's called tomorrowwevote.org, and we hope that you'll be involved.
Again, anybody, they will go ahead and accept all kinds of people.
Hey, what's up, everybody? I'm Zod.
And I'm Drea.
And we want you to check out the Zod and Drea podcast every Tuesday.
Where can everybody find us at?
You can always check us out on www.zodandrea.com.
Where else?
You can always check us out also on Facebook at Zod and Drea.
Instagram?
Zod and Drea.
Snapchat?
Zod and Drea.
YouTube?
Zod and Drea.
I see a pattern.
So if you haven't caught that, catch us at Zod and Drea on all the social networks. But also, make sure you subscribe to the Zod and Drea podcast. Where?
At zodandrea.com.
And also on YouTube and iTunes, Google Play, Stitcher, and iHeartRadio. We're coming for you.
Let us know what you think. And if you want to be a guest, reach out to us.
And put all of your input into whatever our topics are for the week. So we hope to check you out and see you there.
Bye! Okay, time for our main topic.
All right, we're back. The main topic is
discussing the fine line between breaking up and forgiveness.
So think about some of the things that you may have seen. I mean, I see them on Facebook all the time, but I've known people, you always wonder, God, are they going to break up? Or are they going to be, forgiven for whatever happened in their relationship? And that relationship can be anything from family troubles to husband and wife, boyfriend, girlfriend, friend and friend, girlfriend,
financial.
boyfriend, husband. Financial. I mean, it can be anything from cheating to porn to whatever it is, an addiction. What makes somebody want to either break up or forgive? And what's that fine line between? So everyone's going to wind up having an opinion, but, for me, I'm always more so. I think I'm more so on the forgiving side. I think I have a lot more empathy than a lot of guys maybe do. I think that people are human. People are human, but it also depends on what you've done. But people are human. People do make mistakes. You know, if I kissed somebody and she confesses, like, I'm not gonna stress out on that. I'm gonna be like, stressed out. You lied to me or something like that.
What if, like, the person you're with got a hold of your bank account and your PIN number and took all
No,
your
see,
money?
break up. You know, see that's not just distrust. You're a thief.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you're a criminal. You know, it goes beyond that. Yeah, like, when you become, I'm not just gonna hurt you. I'm gonna commit a crime in order to hurt you. You gotta go. Like, I won't feel safe with you around me then,
Mm-hmm.
like, at all. Because number one, what did you do that for? And you didn't tell me. You didn't warn me. You just taking money out. You know, it's one thing if it's an emergency. She's like, oh my God, you know, my car, and blah, I don't know, something. But you better have sent me a text.
Mm-hmm.
I won't break up with you necessarily if it was a complete emergency, and you better bring some receipts. You know, you better bring all kinds of receipts. You better start making direct deposits
So
too.
emergency manicure pedicure won't qualify.
That's it. You know, that's it. You're gonna look good on Instagram, but you're gonna be looking on the street too. So. On this little WikiHow, I looked up on WikiHow just how to forgive someone who has hurt you. And one of the things they do, let's go down this real quick. One of the things they say is let go of your resentment. So if you resent the person for the harm that he or she has caused, then you will never be able to move on, both in your own life and a continuing relationship. So you have to kind of accept what the person has done to you and recognize that you have no control over it. However, you have control on how do you react, which is true.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so they may have screwed up whatever, but you have control over how you're going to react. Now, this is on how you can forgive somebody on this.
Now, I had to acquire this as I got older.
Oh, yeah, you're not doing this in your 20s.
Yeah, like in my early relationships, oh my God, I had so much resentment if someone did me wrong because I was attached. Like I was attached to that person and the expectations that in some cases could be unrealistic or uncommunicated. You know, I wouldn't communicate what my expectations were. So then if something happened and I was disappointed, I was hurt, then I become resentful. But how was that person supposed to know what my expectations were if I never said anything?
Mm-hmm.
You know, so this is something that I had to learn to, I can say, not do anymore because I'm human and I'm going to have resentment once in a while, but not to the level that I was before.
And I can understand resentment because when a trust is broken, you're going to start resenting that. But it must suck to be laying next to somebody at night and, like, you resent that. You don't want to hug from them. You don't want to, like, they're almost disgusting.
Mm-hmm. I've been in that situation.
Yeah, it's like, God, that's got to be terrible.
Where it was like, I would rather be alone.
Right?
I am alone in a bed with somebody, even though they're physically there. They don't want to be there and I don't want to be there. So I would rather physically be alone.
And just be out.
Mm-hmm.
So then they say also on how to forgive someone who has hurt you, they're also mentioning to examine the bigger picture. So as you move on the path towards forgiveness, take a step back and think of how serious the pain has been that really causes blah, blah, blah. Is it truly a forgivable act? Or is it something you won't even think about in a month? So it's one of those things where, you know, I've seen some people who are just so detailed in how they're so pissy, and it's like, oh God. I was thinking about women that I've dated. I always say, God, you keep a filing cabinet full of crap stuff. Now, you know me, my memory sucks, so I'm like, whatever. I don't care. You know, certain things I will completely remember, but most things that are so trivial to me, I just don't remember. It doesn't bother me.
90s R&B and 80s music and television shows and movies can take up my memory.
Yeah, like I literally don't think about those things for people. Like, you would have to hurt me really badly in order to do that. So I examine the bigger picture all the time. It's like, oh, can I see with me with you on this level, and us doing this, or it's like, okay. But I think some people are also scared to start over. I think some people see the bigger picture no matter what because they can't imagine themselves being alone.
That's true. Like the bigger picture will always include that person.
Yep.
And I think as women, and when again, ladies, dial in, chime, text if or whatever if you think I'm incorrect on this. But especially when we are in love and we are with somebody, we are already envisioning the future. We are already planning the future 10 years before you even know it. Like, we're already there. We're just seeing what it is. We're seeing what our retirement's going to look like. We're seeing what the next vacation's going to look like. Like, it's sometimes just programmed into us to already do that. So sometimes holding on to the what could be and the potential is more important than anything else. You understand what I'm saying?
Right. And let's go on to number 3 real quick because time is really
Oh
going by
Lord,
fast.
I thought we'd talk about this forever.
But think of all the good in your relationship. So they're saying, do you enjoy spending time with a person because they're funny or have intelligent conversations together, or do you make a good team raising your children? Are you sexually satisfied? Make a list of all the things about your platonic or romantic relationships with the person who has hurt you. So assess whether the good outweighs the bad, pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
And then start by doing little things such as, well, they take out the trash, or who gives a who get me anyway.
Just taking out the trash.
Yeah, that's
that'll
it.
make or break
Oh my
a
God, you know what?
relationship.
They cheated on me, but man, they take out that garbage so well.
Really in a quick swoop. Mm-hmm.
Man, the kitty litter. So it's like
stupid kitty.
So, despite your cat, taking a big dump in the box, you sexually satisfied. Is that a good thing or positive? You got to think of the good. It's true, but I think that you also have to think of the bad. I think that you have to, if you don't have a discussion about what it was that messed you guys up in the beginning anyway, it's like, okay, look, I can forgive you for this, or I can break up with your ass and go with someone else.
Mm-hmm.
Or I can just be single and just do my thing, and then I'll just keep you on Facebook as a friend because you're going to be watching me anyway, and I'll just be smashing all kinds of chicks and taking pictures. But, that would be vengeful.
Whoa. Like, you just took it to a different place.
I took it to the Zodiac level. I know you're looking.
No.
You wish you were here.
Wish you were.
Oh, man. Oh, that's my brother. What's he talking about? Oh, boy. That's my brother texting me, and he's still in shock about Infinity War.
We won't talk about it, though.
We won't talk about it. You gotta go see it.
We both need therapy.
It made our relationship stronger.
Listen to the earlier podcast.
So, actually, look for Infinity War's review on the Zod and Drea website. Anyway, so let's start talking a little bit about when it's time to break up. All right, those are all the good things that people are thinking.
Keep them around, right? Or in what I would call it, you're gone. I'm gonna cut you off.
You out.
I'm not dealing with you anymore.
What are you even doing here?
Yeah, why are you here? Why are you in this space?
All right, you ready, people? All right, so this is according to The Observer, Observer.com, who states, just because you love someone doesn't mean they are right for you.
This is very true. This is very true.
This is 100% true.
Like, again, love can be in that form of, yes, you love them as for what that was or what it was that you shared, but doesn't mean that their habits and how they are in the world is going to complement you and lift you up and make you a better person. Like, do they take too much of your energy? Do they take too much of just you? And are you left with nothing? Then that's not going to be a person you're going to want to be around with.
Now, it's wild because there are 1, 2, 3, 4 couples this past week that I have been in touch with, and this is where this topic even comes from, where it is that fine line. It literally, I think, one marriage is breaking up. Another relationship just got back together, but they're gonna break up again. Because that's just the pattern. Another one is on amends, and God, I forgot about the fourth one. But
the one I know of is just done, like they're done.
Yeah, it's from what I saw, it's just a wrap. That's according to the message that we had gotten. But also, what they say here is, and the reason I'm bringing this up is this one, which says, if you need them to be different in order to love them, walk away.
Right. What do I always say? And this is what I've learned, is that, do you love them for who they are right now? Who they are in front of you at this moment. Do you love them for this? Not, oh, I know they're going to make more money down the road. Oh, I know he won't be cheating anymore. Oh, I know he won't be taking those drugs anymore. Oh, no, just right now in front of you. Just like you would want somebody to love you for who you are right now, not what they wish for you to be or wish what you could become. You would want that same thing. So that's what I had to learn. So again, if you love me for right now, then awesome. Then we're down.
And the thing is, but you have to also kind of look for the future as to what you do want, but you have to be accepting for who they are, and that's what you're saying. Like some people, it's like, oh, I wish you were this way, or I wish you were, or oh man, one of the worst is comparing to like an ex.
Oh, I had to step back.
Oh.
I'm gasp and clutching the pearls right now. No, they didn't.
Comparing to the ex, like, oh, well, my Jane didn't do that. Like
what?
why aren't you with her?
Mm-hmm.
It's like, come on now. People have to be realistic about this. Let's talk another one, which is if staying makes things worse, walk away. Now, I've seen people do just fighting. I love that person, but we fight every day.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, okay, so at one point she's gonna pick up a knife and stab you, but you see this danger in front of you, but you're still gonna just stick around. If it's gonna be making it worse, and I can't wait to see what it's like if they say anything about the kids, but actually, we're gonna slide into this next one, which is also kind of into this, which is if you have lost yourself to the relationship, walk away. So if you lost yourself, so imagine that if you're staying, if staying makes things worse, walk away. But also if you've lost yourself in the relationship, so imagine staying in a relationship and you are bending to become somebody else for that person. Like you are losing who you are to be in a relationship. Something is mentally wrong.
Something is just, I wouldn't say wrong. I would say something's missing.
Yeah, wrong.
Well, yeah, but that doesn't make it wrong. It's like something's missing. What there was something that happened to you or something that you're making this mean that pretty much has had nothing to do with that person you're with. Something's missing in your heart, and you got to find out what that is.
Is it right?
It's not right or wrong. It's just
wrong.
missing. It's just missing.
It's wrong.
It's just missing.
No,
because they're making it
wrong.
wrong means it's shameful.
Yeah, it is shameful.
Like, shut up.
like I'm telling you, you're sitting there, you're losing yourself. It's like, well, honey, I guess okay, fine. If you want me to wear the strap on and all, like, dude.
Well, people lose themselves in all types of things, not just in relationships, but they lose themselves at work. They lose themselves.
Yeah, they do in a work relationship. But it's wrong for you to do that because you're allowing yourself to become someone else for someone else. So to me, it's wrong that you're even allowing that to happen. You're giving up your power. You're giving up who you are and your identity and your existence on earth in order to please somebody else. Now, sure, that may be somebody missing, but to me, it's wrong for you to do that. It's wrong for you to do that. You should not look in the mirror and feel that that is right.
See, and I'm thinking I'll stand by that. I just don't think it's wrong. I think I look at what examples were they given younger. You may have people that was their only example of love, was seeing their parent or parents act this way. So that's the only way that they know.
Yeah, it's wrong.
Oh, Lord.
And it's wrong for the other person to take advantage of it as well. So I think that people should be able to open up their minds and their hearts to recognize where they are right in a relationship and where they're going wrong.
Again, what's missing?
Where they're going wrong.
What's missing?
Wrong.
What's missing?
Yeah, you'll be missing.
You'll be missing something.
If you are becoming needy, walk away. Same thing. When you keep talking but nothing changes, well, oh God, I know people like. Do you ever notice someone when you keep talking and nothing changes? How about the guy that always says, "I've changed"? No, I've changed. I came back. I changed. I'm a different person than I was 2 days ago. Dude, no, you aren't. Like, we all know, God, I almost want to add 5 relationships. We all know people that they're not going to change, and that person keeps on being attracted to that same person no matter how much of a dick they act. Come on now. You keep talking, but nothing changes. I've been that guy. I've been that guy where nothing has changed.
So then what knocked you into...
Common sense. I'm like, shoot, man, you know what? I got to just take over my life because what I was doing by sitting in there was wrong. So I had to make it right. So I left.
What was missing?
Nothing. My damn brain. I was like, get the hell out of here.
Something was missing.
No, my freaking brain was missing. But anyway, we want you to go ahead and tell us what you think the fine line between breaking up and forgiveness is, because we'd love to know what your reaction is, what your experience is. I'm sure everybody has gone through something.
Everybody has.
And if not, I will look on your Facebook page because I'll bet you have some vague booking on there.
We're human beings. We're all seeking love, some affection, some type of affirmation. So these things happen. But it's what you do with it afterwards and how you survive afterwards is what matters.
Yeah, don't be wrong. Make sure you check us out on ZodAndrea.com and also on every social media. Make sure you subscribe to our iTunes, our God, we're on something called Radio Public now.
Oh yeah, that's right.
So check out radiopublic.com because we're on there. We are everywhere you can find, so check us out.
And check out Zod's awesome review about Infinity Wars as well.
Oh yeah, Infinity War. Check out my review. Make sure you share, and we're even gonna put this little video up about our reactions. All right.
All right.
Talk to you later.
What's missing?
Me.